Hello, you are welcome to OMI, a short motivation that will aid you and empower you on your quest for achievement and success, progress in life. My name is Apostle Chris Edusedonko, and it's always a great joy to come your way with this short inspiration. God richly bless you for joining in. Today, I want to speak to you on sacrifice in a context that relates to things that we need to give up on to be able to achieve what God has destined for us to achieve. And I hope that this turn out to be a great blessing to you and help you make major decisions in your life. Except a grain of corn falls to the ground and decay, it abides alone. But when it falls to the ground and get rotten, it germinates and then it grows. And the Bible says it produces many fruits. There are things in our lives that we hold dear. There are things in our lives that are precious to us. Sometimes certain philosophies, beliefs, tradition. For some of us, is passion for sports, food, sex, and many other things that we hold dear in our lives. Sometimes it can be relationships, friendships. But the truth is that there comes a point in our lives that we must be intentional about achievement, success, progress, and therefore we will need to do a thorough auditing of our own life and see the things in our life that we hold dear that are being beneficial and those that are being detrimental. And then we should be courageous enough to be able to discard or give up or give away the things that are being detrimental to us, the things that are impeding our advancement, the things that are impeding our progress, the things in our own actions and our own inaction, the things in our likes and dislikes, the things in our relationship, groups, people that we belong to, that are not being able, that is not helping us in our quest for achievement, progress, advancement. It can be organizations, it can be jobs, it can be businesses, it can be many other things. We should take stock of our lives and see what can carry us to the next level and what will impede our advancement to the next level. Then we will need to make sacrificial decisions. We will need to make sacrifices. In this life, something must always be done away with to be able to get hold of something more or something greater. Unprofitability must be sacrificed for profitability. Disadvantage must be sacrificed for advantage. Failure must be sacrificed for success. Lack and want must be sacrificed for plenty. Sorrow must be sacrificed for celebration and joy. And there are things in our lives or around our lives that produce some of these negative outcomes, negative energies that we see around us every day. Certain philosophies that we hold dear at a certain point in our life must be given away, because it's not about holding on to what you think has been passed on to you by your fathers or your grandfather or your family values, whatever it is. At certain point, for your own sake, you must come to the level where you think about what works and what doesn't work. And what doesn't work, must be sacrificed for that which work. There are people who love sleeping like me, right? At a certain point in your life, you must sacrifice sleep for work. Where assiduousness and hard work can take you, laziness cannot take you. And you cannot keep laziness and hard work at the same time. One must be sacrificed for other. I think at this point, you get the idea of what I'm trying to draw your attention to. Everything we hold dear in our life either have positive influence on us or negative influence on us. Things that bring negative influence, we know them, we feel them, we do them, we practice them, and sometimes we are addicted to them. Things in our life that bring us positive influence to advance our cause, we know them, we feel them. When we see them, we recognize them. But sometimes we are so held back by the negativities and the things that we are entrenched in, that is keeping us and making us become stagnant in life, keeping us and making us retrogress in life. We are held so strongly bound by them that we are not able to break free from them and take decisive decisions to embrace those things that will influence us positively to advance. But ladies and gentlemen, life is so short to gamble destiny on things that are not taking you anywhere. Whether it's to please somebody, whether it's to please yourself, whether it brings you comfort, whether it brings you immediate joy, whether it brings you pleasure in the interim, it cannot advance you to the next level. Every one of us have something in our life that we need to sacrifice, and we need to be truthful to ourselves, and we need to be intentional about it, and then we must be very decisive, bold, confident, courageous to deal with those things that is not causing us to advance. Today I call you on to sacrifice. Not to sacrifice your finances, not to sacrifice your family, not to sacrifice a goat, not to sacrifice a sheep. I call you to sacrifice. Though I'm a pastor, I'm not calling you to sacrifice in the area of tithing, seed sowing, or any other thing. Though they are good and they come with their own blessings. But today, I came to call you. I call you to sacrifice those things in your own life that is causing you to fail. Those things in your own life that is causing your marriage to fail, that's causing your career to fail. Those things you hold dear that is causing your advancement to be impeded. I know people who boldly say, as for me, I don't respect anybody. As for me, I don't serve anybody. You cannot pride in arrogance. You cannot pride in things that will stop your advancement and deny you favor. That you must bury relationships that are not working for relationships that will work to germinate and take you forward. You have to bury jobs, businesses that are not advancing for businesses that will advance, and jobs that will advance your career to germinate and bear you fruit. I'm an ardent believer of loyalty. But sometimes when you find yourself being loyal to a relationship, a job, a career, friendship, something that is so dear to you but very detrimental to your progress in life, unprogressive things that you are committed to, then I will tell you that You must humbly bow out, no matter how painful. Sacrificing that part of your life will be to you, and other nice people, good people, great people, that you'll be bowing away from them. It has everything to do with where you are going in life and where God wants you, what God has destined you to be. Don't please yourself to fail. Don't please others to fail. Don't enjoy temporal pleasures at the detriment of great future. So today, I call you on to sacrifice. There are relationships to sacrifice. There are jobs to sacrifice. There are friendships to sacrifice. There are mindsets to sacrifice. There are some beliefs you have to sacrifice. There are philosophies to sacrifice. There are some arrogance we will need to sacrifice. That once I have told everyone this, I won't change my mind. Even God changes his mind when the need arises. So if we must increase and attain heights, then we must be ready to sacrifice things we hold dear in our life, which does not profit us in any way, for those things that will profit us and our families, our nation, our continent, and the world at large. The deposit to become a global icon is right inside you. Puzzle in all this uncertainty, and you must receive the courage and the boldness instead of enjoying a colorful puzzle that will never give expression to what is inside it. Remove the puzzles. Remove the puzzles. Sometimes in the process of removing the puzzle, you may get it torn. It is beautiful, but that is not what you are called for. There's something inside that puzzle that belongs to you. So sacrifice the puzzle for the content of it. Every one of us have something we must give up for greater good. The only thing we really benefit from in this life is the things we have to sacrifice. If you have nothing to sacrifice, your life is an unfortunate life. But if you have something to sacrifice, especially those things in our life that is not beneficial, and sometimes your sacrifice can be even something that is benefiting you, but you give it out for greater good. You give it away. You do away with it for a bigger benefit, for a greater benefit, for a majority's benefit. The real pain in this life is when it comes to what you sacrifice for the future and you don't have one, or you cling to it. And even though it is dragging you down, it's making you stagnant, it's making you retrogress, you still hold on. Some of us have addictions that we have to let go. Some of us have passions that we have to let go. Some of us love things, people that we have to let go. Not because we hate them, but because we have decided to love ourselves once in a while. Because we have decided to love ourselves once in our lifetime. We will not stick to things that are keeping us down. We will let it go. We will leave it down and hold on to things that will take us up. You have something to sacrifice. Be ready, be passionate, be strong, be bold, be courageous, and be intentional to let it go. God richly bless you.